Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Turnover Carbon here for the third episode in our Journeyman save here with Kent State. So far, exciting times. 5-2. We love to see it. Thank you to everyone who has watched the first two episodes of the save. The first episode, as of recording this, is close to hitting 100 views, which I understand in a vacuum doesn't sound that impressive, but to me it's pretty cool. And it's my first video to get 100 views. So special thank you to anyone that watched that, whether the VOD on Twitch or on YouTube. Last episode, we started conference play in the MAC, and overall it went about as well as you could hope for. We're 5-0 in the MAC. We are 0-2 in our out-of-conference games, which in a vacuum is a bit annoying. But overall, I'm really happy with how we've played. We had a great overtime win against Western Michigan, comeback win against Central Michigan. So if you haven't checked out the previous episode to see how those games went, I highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun playing those games. So my goal today is simple: play the rest of the games in this season. We're gonna finish out it. The odds of us being in the MAC championship game are a little low. In the East, it's between us and Bowling Green for who gets that top spot. And then in the West, Western Michigan and Central Michigan are neck and neck, so things might get a bit tricky. But the moral of the story is we need to win this game against Bowling Green, or else things get very tricky down the stretch. That's where we're at. I've already handled recruiting and everything like that, so I'm just going to get into the game here. A couple quick notes. I have made a couple moves and move things around in the depth charts. For example, in the defensive line, I've dropped John Cochran down, the senior, because I wanted to get Caden Cruz more reps. And at linebacker, I moved a lot of things around, demoted Andy Meyer, moved DeAndre Bradley up, just to give some of these guys some more opportunities. At the moment, the only two players that are transfer risks are wide receiver Henry Malavy and backup quarterback Giovanni Ramsey. Henry Malavy, this will fix itself because he was injured for, I want to say, 4 weeks? 5 weeks. He was injured for 5 weeks, so he didn't really play. So him just getting more playing time, that'll fix itself, and I'm not too concerned with Giovanni transferring anyway. So that's kind of where we're at. Going up against Bowling Green this week, who are also 5-2. They, similarly to us, have lost both their out-of-conference games. However, they went undefeated in the MAC so far. So it looks to be pretty even opponents. I looked at their summary page a little bit. They're a very similar team to us in that they run the ball really well, not necessarily the best passers in the free world. They don't turn the ball over. Defensively, they're a little better than us, just sort of on balance. But I like how we've been defensively, especially against Ohio last week. We held them to only 222 total yards, really stopped their rushing attack, which was good, and held them to 1 of 12 on third down. So that's looking pretty good. Bowling Green's quarterback is Mark Ryan, who is not very good. I struggle to figure out how his rating is that high, provided he has 3 turnovers and a sub 60% completion percentage. He also can't run. So that is that. Bowling Green is favored to win by 3. And in terms of visitors coming to this game, We have 6 players visiting. Almost all of them have Boiling Green as a interested team. Even Sam Horn, who Boiling Green scheduled a visit with them and then took them off their target list, so now they're 4,000 points behind, which is a bit rough. But with a win, we should get a lot of points here and really close the gap for guys like Xavier Morgan, Caden Reed, and Sam Horn. So let us get into the game here. Biggest game of the season in terms of what it can mean for our conference standing. And we win the toss. You fools, we will defer. And as is our wont, we will do the Thunder Smoke Blitz on the first defensive play. And it's a negative 3-yard rush. We have the mandate. We're going to win. Put it in stone. Now they converted. Never mind. Erase the mandate. Take it away. 3rd and 1. Send the house. Maybe I should have done engage 8. Though my fear with engage 8 is just, does it really make that much of a difference compared to the Thunder Smoke Blitz? I think not. 3rd and 5 now. I'm going too high safety. And they do an RPO slant toss. Fair enough for Boiling Green. And they drive down the field with pretty good amount of ease to take a 7-0 lead, which is a shame. Chew clock is going on, as is our want. Really liking what I've seen this year from Ty Hawkins. Our run game needs to match. Before I can barely get the sentence finished, Hawkins fumbles and Boiling Green recovers. And they beat our blitz over the top all the way to the 7. And they run it on 3rd and 9 for a touchdown. I'm sure there are ways you could script that going worse for us. Not too sure really how. I'm going to break my own rule and just turn chew clock off since we're down by so much so early. Esteban going backwards is not where I want to be in my life. Woo! Henry bails us out for a 28-yard reception. That'll do. That will do indeed. Kylan Baxter going backwards, however, not great. We convert on the slants. Our run game just isn't there, but we're at the 1. Surely we won't get stopped. There we go. Jeremiah Carr gets in the end zone. Extra point is good. Sometimes the game is telling you that you're just destined to lose no matter what you do. Boiling Green's Colby Sparks returns kickoff 103 yards for a touchdown. Well, okay. Sometimes, I'm turning shoe clock back on. Sometimes, the game giveth, the game taketh away. Esteban going backwards again is grim. We convert the 3rd down, and Miles Johns catches the touchdown. Extra point is good. Now, if our defense could get a stop, that'd be lovely. They allow a 42-yard pass. Okay. This seems like it's going to be one where we're going to need that turnover. We're not going to get it. And once again, they go down the field with ease, and they're on track to put like 60 points up on the board, which not good. Not good, dare I say. 3rd and 7, the Y corner. Didn't work. We punt, and they have pretty good field position, too. Man, I really gave my defense props. Now they've just collapsed. Totally. Not going to do a jet sweep at the 5-yard line. That feels like it's just asking for a safety. I will do posts, so no dice. Maybe I should chew the clock there. My logic with not chewing the clock is that if we don't get it, punt, get a stop, we still have enough time to drive down the field. However, that operated on the assumption that my defense would hold up. And they did not. So, all righty. We are down by 21. We need points on the board, and we have a minute to get there, which is not the greatest feeling in the world. Play action goes nowhere fast. 3rd and 7, we need a first down. And Hawkins is picked by safety Francisco Delaney. All right. Good stop. Less good. 2nd and 10 at the 31. I am going to assume they run it, so I'm going to blitz a linebacker. They passed it, burned the safety over the top. Okay. Ooh. I'll use a timeout. Hail Mary, send it. And Hawkins got picked. Fair enough. Oh, boy. That is something that I said, for those of you that watched my previous coach career save with Purdue. One of the things I said at Purdue is that there was a big gap between the top teams in the Big Ten, like your OSU, your Michigan, and us. That even though we had seasons where we were pretty successful, we won bowl games, OSU and Michigan would still beat us by like 30. And that was early on at Purdue. And that's kind of what it feels like here, where there is still a gap in the MAC a little bit. Kyle Baxter finds the end zone. I mean, our offense, I can't say it's done well, but it's either been a touchdown or a turnover, which isn't a great world to live in. I'm blitzing on 3rd and 3. They do a QB run with a quarterback that can't run. That's just disrespectful. They convert again. There we go. Okay. I mean, let's be frank. This game is pretty much over because our defense has been a sieve more often than not. And, time is not really on our side. I'm still keeping chew clock on. But you never know. To be fair, I'll turn it off now just in case. Get a little bit of run game going. It has not been going. Field goal doesn't really help us, but I'll take it all the same and hope our defense can get a stop. 3rd and 11, surely. There we go. Okay. Oi! Wow. I mean, I have to go for it. And we get it. Davion Dunlap bails us out. 5-yard reception. Ooh, that wasn't tense at all. Ah. 4th and 6. Posts. Send it. Hey, Gerald Crawford, 27-yard pass. We really are just a turnover or touchdown based team, and I kind of love it. And we recover the onside kick. Oh, what a game this is, huh? What a game. We're driving. We're moving. Let me go, yeah, okay, the AI has up tempo, good. There we go. So right now it's a 5-point game. So yeah, I need to go for 2. I'll do slants. And it works. And we recover the onside kick. Nobody move. Nobody move. Nobody breathe. We are witnessing what can only be described as the most historic collapse in the history of sport. Okay. Field goal, look at this. Let me pull up the log really quick. Look at this. Interception, hunt, field goal, hunt. And then we get a touchdown, recover the onside kick, get a touchdown again. And now we've recovered again. Oh, boy. Okay. Esteban goes backwards. You know what? Fair enough. 3rd and 5. Give me slants. No dice. All right. What play do I want? 4th and 5. The curls have been successful today. Let's go back to it. Ah, no dice. All right. The dream is dead unless we can force a fumble here. The dream is dead. And they pass it on 3rd and 10 over the top. All right. That's ball game. I mean, listen, we made it close, which is kind of wild to think about. Yeah, I mean, what an insane game. Like the summary page, we were nearly favored to win when we recovered that onside kick. But I mean, what killed us was very simply the beginning of this game. And the fact that right when we got a touchdown to get a little bit of momentum back, they return the kickoff. We get a touchdown. They get another one. That killed us. We had a wildly successful second half, though. I mean, touchdown, field goal, touchdown, touchdown, and then eventually turnover on downs. Well, what a game that turned out to be. Hawkins, I mean, the 2 picks sucks, but besides that, he did okay. He also had the fumble. Baxter did well, got a touchdown. Carr got a couple touchdowns. Johns, Crawford. I mean, I think we did well. It's just our defense was a sieve. And just we dug ourselves way too little of a hole early. We outscored them 25-0 in the second half. 25-0, and we still couldn't do it. Like that tells you all you need to know right there. Man. All right. Well, I mean, that was a magnificent game. Hopefully it gets deemed a classic. But we shall see. Well, I feel like every game the rest of the way is just going to be a disappointment compared to that. All right, we lose. Andres Irving is out for a week, which is fine in all actuality. So that's a bit annoying. We did have some commitments. One player commit, running back Braden Strong, who we knew we were going to get the whole way. Let's be frank, he's a 2-star running back with C- potential. That's not all that inspiring. What I like, though, his invasion is already a 78, and his ball carrier vision is already a 76. He's definitely going to redshirt. So he's going to get 2 development hits before he even has a chance to see the field. So if his speed gets in the mid 70s, evasion low 80s, ball carrier vision low 80s, we could potentially, have a solid rotation running back there. I thought I saw a second player commit. Oh yeah, Rever Pruitt, who we were out on long ago, goes to Virginia Tech. Good for them. They get a good one there. So from the visits, we only get 115 points for Xavier Morgan as we lost. Yeah, because since we lost, everyone gets minus 200 on their respective point totals. So that really hurt. But hey, we get our first commit in the history of Kent State, which is dope. All right, let's look elsewhere. Ooh, both quarterbacks might commit. Okay, let's kind of lock in. Seth Vogel, we know we're getting, even with New Mexico State's upcoming visit against Utah State, they're not going to make up 1,600 points. We know we're getting Vogel. Ashton Morgan, though, is the bigger question. He still has our visit next week. I think if we can get him to that visit, mathematically speaking, he should be ours. Just might be a little tricky. Chamberlain, I don't need. Oh yeah. Right now, I'm just giving the best pitches to the guys that I can. I think Sam Horn, I might offer a bit of money to, because I doubt we get Lawrence Duncan. I mean, we could if we beat Buffalo. to be fair. But the problem is Buffalo's our last game. If I offer Sam Horn what he's worth, which is about 300,000, that gets me 220 additional points. I mean, he might be worth it, but even then, I don't think we make up that difference. I'll try. I'll throw the money around and just see what happens. All right, so let's look at points ahead just to get an idea where we're at. Carlos Kearns, yeah, it looks like all the other schools have kind of taken their foot off the gas here for him, which is good. Oi, Ohio, stay away. I'm going to up the money a bit for Tanaka because Ohio still has their visit to Colorado State. Oh, I can schedule Uriel Celestine. Guess you can come on out for the Toledo game, my friend. You can get a good pitch. I mean, he's pretty good. Actually, where was I'm gonna take away the money I offered Horn. I think Uriel is a good enough cover for that. All right. So Miami has officially moved ahead of us for Stevenson, which I'm gonna be honest is a bit annoying, but that kind of is what it is. We're not gonna get Chamberlain. I think mathematically we're out on Xavier Morgan at this point. Caden Reed, we just didn't get a good enough visit. We only got 40 points. So it looks like he's going elsewhere, which is a shame because he's pretty cool. Miles Ryan, I would still like. And I think, honestly, at this point, he doesn't care about money. None of the players that I have a chance of sniping care about money. And it's quite sad. What I'm actually going to do now, really quick, since it looks like we're not going to get as many of that batch as I thought, just going to go really quick to points ahead on initial contact and see if there's any like high potential or really solid guys that it might be worth going for. Your overall is a 52, buddy. Wowzers. Take away the 1 stars just for my own sanity, really. Nah. Edgar Guyton honestly wouldn't be terrible in coverage. So I could move him to corner. I just remind myself here of his numbers. Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be a terrible corner. The tackling would need some work, but he wouldn't be terrible. At this point, we just need bodies in on defense. That's just where we're at. Okay. Recruiting is done. We now go up against our third out-of-conference opponent, which is winless Nevada. And for those of you who've played this game or seen my previous save, you'll know that Nevada is usually terrible throughout the entirety of the save, to the point where one of my former coordinators in my last save went on to coach at Nevada and won National Coach of the Year because he got 8 wins and a bowl loss at Nevada. That's how insane this is. They're not good at them. It looks like their offensive line is okay. They don't allow a lot of sacks. Outside of that, not much going down. Really, nothing too crazy. What is the quarterback of this winless squad? Noah Logan, who can't really throw, can't really run. It's less than ideal. All right. Well, I guess we'll just work on stopping their downfield passing since that's what killed us as of late. We'll work on our passing as well. Is Henry still angry about snaps? No. So 30% is his line, which is okay with me. All right, so Nevada were projected to win by 12.5 points. They have 9 players visiting today. Let's rock and roll. I think, hey, this is opportunity to get like our first ever out of conference win. That'll do. All right, it was heads. Nevada elects to receive, which, you know what? Fair enough. Oi, they burned our blitz. Okay. Wow. 3rd and 9, too high safety. There we go. Incomplete, they punt. They ran it really well, and then the one time they had to pass, it was an incompletion. That is rough. Posts works. We're in business. All right, I need to get back to a little bit more of the option, I say, as the option goes -1 yard and kills the drive. But then Rodrigo James picks off Noah Logan. And then Baxter goes backwards. We're doing great. 4th and 1? Yeah, let's go for it. There we go, Esteban. There we go, Esteban. All right. I was giving him too much credit as things crashed down around me. Hey, and now it's Hawkins' turn to be picked by linebacker Andy Abbott. All right. Okay. This is not going well for either offense, which, to be fair, I'm kind of fine with. I don't know if our offense is really built for a shootout, though last week, we got a little close there. Man, 3rd and 4, you throw it to them. I'm not going to do a free safety blitz on 3rd and 11. You know what? Maybe I should have. Ooh, they're going for it on 4th and 2. Let me line up really quick and see what they're running. Okay, that is a run play if I have ever seen one. All right, they get -1 yard. All right, we have the ball. Good field position, and Esteban rattles off a 43-yard run. That, kids, is why you never blitz the free safety. Baxter gets us to the 1. We're going to surprise him with an option. It didn't work. Let's just run it up the middle. All right, Baxter gets us in the end zone. We draw first blood, and based on how this game is playing, the final score might be 7-0. So I'll take it. Henry, 32-yard slant. Jeremiah Carr in the end zone. 14-0. Uh-oh. Nevada is driving. I'm surprised they're running it, but, our defense has not provided that much resistance. All right, they make the field goal. I'm just going to run out the clock here. JK. All right, deflected pass. All right. Okay, now we're gonna run the ball. We're gonna try to take it slow, burn some clock. Never mind, we're averaging a first down every run. Get them with the play action. There we go. Run, 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 option, run, run, play action, touchdown. Just how we drew it up. Blitz them on 3rd and 5. All right. This is looking like, for the first time ever, maybe the second time, the subs might come in. What a world that would be, huh? But I mean, listen, at this point, we're driving, we're moving, we're shaking. Kylan Baxter, 19-yard run. And I believe, yeah, so if we hold this lead in the 4th quarter, the backups are going to come in. Looking like we will, in fact, hold the lead as I'm just going to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Slants. I should have known to pass it with Giovanni. Tanner Fleming, though, with the touchdown, and we are off to the races. Uh-oh. Guys, I think our backup defense might not be as good as our starting defense. But we stop them on 4th down. All is well in the world. Corey Solis with a catch. That's good for him. The poor senior that I've just demoted so far down the depth chart. See if we can get something going here with the slants. We do not. All right, we'll take the field goal. That is what you call a stalled drive, if ever I've seen one. When I first saw 4th and 4 and then the Free Fire Blitz, I was like, that seems a bit ambitious. But then they just ran it right up the middle. Can't really complain about that. Take a knee. Yeah, do you mind? I have a play action screen to run. All right, Giovanni got sacked. You know what? I deserve that. All right, well, we crushed Nevada 38-3. Um, again, they were 1 of 10 on 3rd down, didn't convert a single 4th down, did pretty well. It was looking like our offense couldn't get anything going, but they got a little bit there at the end. Really good game from Baxter, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. Coates got 100 yards. Carr got a touchdown. Fleming got a touchdown, which is good for him, the redshirt freshman. Not a great day for any wide receiver. The ball wasn't thrown around that much. Crane only caught 2 of 5, and Johns only caught 3 of 6. It's a bit disconcerting. No sacks by our defense. But hey, Welsh made the field goal, made the 5 extra points. That works. All right. That'll do. We have won our final out of conference game against Nevada. No complaints there. Pretty good. Oh, and Rodrigo James is down. That's a shame. All right, so first of all, Andres Irving is back. He's going to move up to 4. That's going to drop Solis back down. And I saw Marlon Smith also back. Do I want to redshirt Eric Abrams? I don't think I do, because right now with Smith there, he won't play. Yeah. Yeah. Who was injured? Rodrigo. Man, I mean, he's still one of my better coverage guys. So, like, if I drop him to 3, yeah, I'm just gonna move him down to 3. So that means that Avery Brookins should get a little more snap percentage. I'll take that. All right, we had 2 players commit this week. Ooh, first of all, Seth Vogel, come on down. Potentially our QB of the future. But with him, it's all about I need that accuracy to go up fast. Arm strength of 74 to start ain't bad. IQ is 77 or 67. There is a non-zero chance that he is our starting QB next year. If he gets good development and we don't find anyone we like in the transfer portal, like Seth Vogel is the option. Like that, it's him. So we'll see how that goes. All right, Sam Horn, this is a big one. We don't get him. We ran out of time there. He goes to Akron. They get a pretty good wide receiver there. Solid speed, solid catching. Route running ain't good, but hopefully they're thinking that fixes himself. Ashton Morgan then still didn't commit. So we need to beat Toledo because we'll get at least 200 points beating Toledo. Let's just say we get 300 and let's plan on getting 350 points from the visit. Do I if I offer him $1 million, that gets me 429 points. That should be enough. Let's look at everybody else, shall we? All right. I can schedule a visit with Edgar Guyton. You, my friend, can come on down to Akron. Yeah, I foresee Edgar more as a corner. In all honesty, I doubt he sees that much playing time just because of his potential and his low overall relative to, like, say, Stevenson. But wouldn't be bad filler. Tanaka, oi. All right, Ohio had their visit, went pretty well. They beat Colorado State, got 470 points, which is a little bit frustrating. I'm going to add an additional 100,000. That'll get me 700 points. I don't hate that. I think we're going to lose out on Stevenson just based on math. Yeah. And I don't really want to offer him money, especially because he doesn't care about NIL. So even if I offer him $1,000,000, it only moves it by 186. So I think we are going to miss out on Stevenson, which is a bit frustrating. Weeks. Duncan. I think if we get Uriel, that softens the blow of inevitably losing Duncan. But still, it still kind of stings. Let's give the best pitches I can to these guys. I wish Xavier Morgan had a higher overall than 60. I would feel so much better if he had a slightly higher overall. But alas. All right. So here we go. Big game against Toledo. They're 4-5. They beat an FCS school, therefore they have lost my respect. Didn't have a great start to the season, but they won 3 of the last 4. Ooh, Boise State's having a bad year. They're 5-4. Oy vey. All right. How have they done so far? They're a pretty good passing team. Decent at running the ball, but looks like their defense is where they make a lot of their winnings. Kevin Francis is their starting QB. I mean, he has 8 picks in 7 games, so we should be able to get hopefully a pick out of him. He does run the ball a little bit, but I mean, that for a MAC school, 83 overall, A+ potential, redshirt sophomore, and they have a 77 overall A+ potential backup sophomore. Is this the best QB room I've seen in the MAC? I think it is. All right, so we're going to work on our running game and stopping their run. And going from there. Hello, Toledo. It's a pick'em game. That said, we're at home. So, in reality, Toledo is favored. We have 6 players visiting, and really the only 2 where I think it'll end up mattering in the race is Ashton Morgan and maybe Kellen Chamberlain if we get a plethora of points. But we could get Ashton Morgan, so we'll see how that goes. All right, big game here against Toledo. They call tails. And it is heads. Heads is 3-0 so far for this stream. Somebody note that in your records. As we get a sack on the first play, we're destined to win. And then they convert on 3rd and 8 to ruin my fun. And 3rd and 9. Well, this is it started well. The vibes have since cratered into the ether. We hold them to a field goal because Lucas Frazier dropped a pass. All right. I mean, our defense did okay there, but they converted 3 third downs on that drive alone, which is a little bit crazy. Yeah. And then we go 3 and out. Game's gone. Safety blitz. Send it. Success. All right, we're going to try something a little bit different. It's called, we're going to have a first down on an option play. We did not. We have to punt it again. All right. Our defense is doing pretty well. Our offense, though, is yet to match. I just saw they had another drop on 3rd down, which is painful. We punt again. I will not do a safety blitz. I'll do a thunder smoke blitz. There we go. Is this the most boring game of all time? Oh, we got our first down. Let's go. We are now undefeatable. There we go. Davion Dunlap with the touchdown reception. He already has 3 catches for 27 yards and a touchdown. There we go. All right, if we can get a quick stop, there is enough time for a 2-minute drill. However, the first part of that sentence is proving difficult. All right, they make the other field goal. I'm going to try to do a quick 1-minute drill just to get into like field goal range here. However, we immediately had 2 incompletions. I think the smart move here is to punt. However, I'm a bold man. There we go. Baxter gets 8 yards. We're moving. We are moving. We're shaking. We're driving. And Dunlap fumbles and Toledo recovers. The dream is dead. Simple as that. All right. Well, good news is we start with the ball in the second half. Bad news is our offense has left much to be desired today. So we really need something here. Looks like we're going to get it. We're at the 1. Hawkins rushes it in. Touchdown. The squad. Doing a send the house blitz on 3rd and 6. To be fair, they did run it. All right, we have really good field position. Let's just drive a little bit. Oh, no. Hawkins sacked. Not good. Not good. Not good at all. Actually, no, he wasn't sacked because he lost the ball at the 36. So he tried to run and got snagged. The defense still trying their hardest to keep us this lead as Hunter Crane 45-yard pass. That might be enough with how our defense is playing. All right, they convert on 3rd down again. The DB blitz there was an inspired call. No dice. They punt. And now I'm just going to try to run the ball and kill as much clock as I can. Because, don't get me wrong, our defense is great. I don't know if they can hold on forever. But they held on again, 3 and out. Oi! And Miles Johns muffs the punt. That is his 2nd fumble of the year, I do believe. Yeah. It was the 2nd fumble of the year, which means he is benched. And we are going to... Who do I want here? I think I want Andreas Irving as our new punt and kick returner. Oh, Miles. And our defense still holds them to a field goal. Man alive. All right, let's just keep running the ball. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Run the ball, pass the ball. Uh-oh. 3rd and 5. Send the crosses. There we go. Ty Hawkins runs it in for an 11-yard touchdown. That'll do. Oh, our defense is they finally run out of gas. As Toledo drove down the field, got a touchdown, and a 2-point. But we recovered the onside kick. So 1 first down, we win the game. Does not look like that's going to happen. No. All right. We'll punt. We made Toledo burn all their timeouts, which is good. But they have a chance to make, at the very least, the box score look close. And there it is. All right. Turnover on downs ended. We beat Toledo 28-17. I don't think it was really that close. They had 19 third downs, which is crazy. Even with Chu Clock being on there for a lot of it, they still almost evened us in terms of times of possession. I think our defense did really well. Ty Hawkins had a good game. He did have the fumble. We had a lot of fumbles today. But running backs did okay. Hawkins had 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns. We got a sack. Let's go. So, very good. All right. We beat Toledo, which means we get the recruiting visit boost. Will it be enough to secure the quarterback signature? Oh, no. Ty Hawkins suffers a season-ending injury. Injures his leg, let's call it the ACL, and he is out for the rest of the year. That also ends his college career as Ty Hawkins goes down. His final stats on the year, 63% completion percentage, 2,100 yards, 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 140 rating, 2 rushing touchdowns as well, 2 fumbles, and he is out. All right. Fair enough. And that means we turn to a man who currently wants to transfer in Giovanni Ramsey to be our new starting quarterback. I can't put in Joaquin Newell. He's just, his accuracy is a 67, and it's no. So Giovanni Ramsey is going to be our starter the rest of the way. Up until this point, he's appeared in 3 games, went 7-12, 84 yards, 1 interception. There was a genuine part of me that debated redshirting him and then like promising him more playing time next year, but I think probably just going to move in a different direction at QB after this season. So yeah, Ramsey's the guy now. Ramsey is the guy. So he is going to start our remaining 2 games in the regular season and then however remaining after. Man, oh, that sucks. All right, let's look at recruiting here. We had 2 recruits commit. Anthony Carr is one of them. He's just, listen, he's not good. Let's be frank. His overall is a 60. His potential is an F. However, his blocking numbers right now aren't the worst I've seen, and he's a 3-star guy. Get in the building. Wide receiver Larry Forbes commits. We're going to lose at least 3, maybe even 4 wide receivers next season. We need bodies in the room. Larry Forbes isn't terrible. I need his route running to go up. I'm going to redshirt him, and hopefully he doesn't want to transfer after being redshirted. Ashton Morgan did not commit, which is good because we did not make up the difference. We got 545 points, but we're still behind by 100. And even if I do my best pitch to him, Southern Miss's best pitch is a little bit higher, which means I have to offer more monies. Oh boy. No, that's actually below my threshold. Hold on. Yoink. Cool. All right. Do I want to spend 1.4 million on this guy? But I mean, look, he's loyal. I don't need to worry about him transferring. He's going to redshirt. He has a potential. I think in years down the line, that'll be worth it. Now, let's look at all these guys. Ooh. All right, cool. I'm going to get a lot of receivers, aren't I? I've already gotten one. Uriel and Declan are 2 and 3, and there's a chance I get Lawrence. Though, let's be frank, that chance is slim. All right, Tanaka needs a good pitch. Decker, you can just get an okay one. All right, and then these guys get whatever best pitch I can give them. Just as I try to make up this ground. I'm not going to get Caden Reed, I don't think, which is a little annoying. I mean, I gained 1,000 points for Kellen Chamberlain, and I'm still 775 short, which is insane. All right. So I've got one QB. I'm gonna get one running back. Gonna get enough receivers. Gonna get a tight end. Gonna get a couple of linemen. Gonna get a kicker. Should get a D lineman. Yeah, linebacker. I'm a little short, but linebacker wasn't a huge need going into it. But let me just check really quick if there's any like linebackers left that have insanely good potential. Why, hello, Mr. Bradley Preston. The tell there was that his overall went up when I scouted him twice. And if his overall went up a little bit, that means his potential is going to go up too, and it did. Bradley, I think I said Peterson, but that definitely reads Preston. It's fine. They'll never know. Cool. Actually, I lied. Let me give Guyton the pitch. All right. I mean, it's not terrible. His defensive IQ is a 72, ain't bad as a recruit. All right. Well, we suddenly have a backup quarterback, and things are looking a little bit shakier than they did previous. Akron are 4-6. They've been, I mean, up and down. They've won or lost every other game. They went to 3 overtimes against Eastern Michigan. That's pretty fun. But it looks like, I mean, they score a decent amount of points. Let's see if that reflects. Yeah, I mean, they're 41 in points per game. Their defense is their defense is terrible. And they are 5th in third down conversion. Okay. That could be a recipe for disaster for us. They have Bradley Seishow, who can run and does it very well. Okay. They got a pretty good quarterback. Hey, you want to lend me one of your 2 backups, please? Okay. So in that case, I'm going to work on stopping their run in case they have any designed run plays for their quarterback, and work on passing because, have you seen who my starting quarterback is today? It's not good. It's our boy Ramsey. All right. And who knows? Maybe if Ramsey balls out, we end up keeping him as a starter next year. Who knows? But we're favored by 5 points. We have 5 recruits visiting. Really, the only one we care about is Miles Ryan, just to see if we can catch Syracuse. It's highly unlikely. He has nearly 80 interests with them, and he just had a decent visit, so we'll see. But rivalry game against Akron, and one of the donor goals for the year from our Diamond donor was to beat them. So if we beat Akron, we get $5.25 million. We're going in with a backup quarterback. I cannot foresee at all this going wrong. I don't know about any of you. It is heads again. Heads is 4-0 so far today. Make of that what you will. Thunder Smoke Blitz, send it. I am probably, in all honesty, going to bring the safety down and bring the linebacker down way more than I do 2 high safety. Just out of respect for their quarterback. But all right, we're going to have a little bit of an audition here for Giovanni Ramsey to see if he could be our quarterback next season. Because right now we don't have a quarterback next season. Hey, Cody Lopez, 24-yard pass. Okay. Okay. Really? Really, Esteban? I mean, I'm going for it. 4th and 1, I'm usually the camp of just halfback dive it and pray. We got the yard. Oh, and then Jeremiah Carr fumbled. Fair enough. And Seisha scrambled for a 30-yard run. Okay. Yeah, that's the fear. Is he just kills us with his legs. Geo Ramsey, though, so far isn't doing too terribly. 4th and 3, I'll take the field goal. 3rd and 4, I bet they pass, but I bring the safety down anyway. Good call. They threw it over the middle. Defense forces a punt. That was not great. A couple plays, but we get bailed out by Davion Dunlap. There we go. There we go. Guys. Oh, and the drive stalls again. I'll kick the field goal again. And he missed the 22-yarder. But then they fumble the run, and Rowan Seals takes it 16 yards, and Esteban goes backwards. Guys. All right, he makes the other field goal. That is, I mean, you want to talk about disappointing. Like, wow. You miss a chip shot field goal, immediately get a big fumble recovery, and you can't get in the end zone. They miss a field goal now. No one can make anything today. I kind of like that. All right, we are going to see if we can do a little 1.5 minute drill, which it looks like the answer is yes. Maybe. Perhaps I spoke too soon. 3rd and 6. All right, the throw works. We're at the 17. We still have all of our timeouts, which is huge. There we go. Jeremiah Carr gets in the end zone. I am going to go for 2 to try to put us up by 7. And it works. Andrew Rutherford catches the pass. All right, I mean, Akron's going for it here to see if they can get points. And they do not, as Braden Carlisle picks him off in the end zone on the Hail Mary. That'll do. Okay, so far at halftime, pretty even game, all things considered. We got in a couple turnovers, which is good, but we only have the 1 touchdown to show for it. We need to do better offensively. Here's a question that I didn't really look at. What's Ramsey's rushing? 70 speed, 72 bar carry vision. Yeah, I don't think I love the option with him in, but if it's a read option, yeah, no, that backfired immediately as Miles Johns gets his 48 yards. Are we stalling? No, we're not. Hunter Crane, touchdown. Extra point is good. Okay. Our offense has found its legs. Simultaneously, our defense is not doing too hot. All right. Akron responds with an immediate touchdown. Very little resistance. The tight end in, it never fails. All right. We've established that the option, probably not the smartest thing to do, but maybe it needs to be a power option. No. Ramsey goes backwards again. Field goal's good. We're back up by 10. And Ashton Ellis this time fumbles. Aaron Ramsey gets it. All right. We have a big opportunity here to go up by 17 and pretty much just pace out this game. So you know what time it is? Speed option. Aha! 2 yards. And Miles Johns on the slant. Thank you. Good night. That should do it. barring a complete and total collapse, which seems to be happening. Wow. Screw it. Send the blitz. Send the house. Didn't work. Okay. And Akron immediately score. How long was that drive? Sub 3 minutes. Not great. Jeremiah Carr goes backwards. Okay. Remember when I said the game was probably over? Hey, big third down conversion. There we go. Now we can just run it out, kill some clock here. You want to call a timeout? Posts. Touchdown, Miles Jones. Extra point is good. You still want to call that timeout, Akron? Huh? Huh? Going for it on 4th and 8. They do not get it. Incomplete pass. We will punt to try to burn them here. And another fumble. DeAndre Bradley with the catch. And now, for the heck of it, field goal. Thank you. That's right, Akron. That's right. I just did that. Again, it is impossible to be a bad sportsman against the computer, is all I'm saying. But, I mean, that was a pretty, for a while, pretty close game. But our pass game did really well. Credit to Giovanni for that. Their run game was superior to ours, which is a bit annoying. They just didn't run it as much. But had they ran it as much as we did, they would have gotten like 250 yards. Pretty good. 9 of 15 on third down. I'll take that. They had 4 turnovers, which was huge. Giovanni Ramsey in his first start, 21 of 31, 306 yards and 3 touchdowns. Pretty good as a first impression goes. Baxter 100 yards. Carr got a touchdown. Miles Jones must be roommates with Giovanni. 10 receptions, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns. That'll do. No sacks by our defense once again. Welsh missed the chip shot, but he made everything else. Is that a 29 average punt yard I see? It's not great, but we beat Akron. Big win in the MAC as the regular season draws to a close. I do need to check the standings to see where we're at. And big news. Rodrigo James is back, and Ashton Morgan has committed. All right, so James being back, he just goes back up to number 1. Thank you. And now, let us look. 6 players have committed today. Let's start from the bottom. Jonathan Marsh. Yeah, we assumed we weren't going to get him. The Ohio visit went well. They beat Bowling Green. Thank you, Ohio. That'll help us in the race for the conference championship. All right. So, yeah, they get Marsh, which is a little bit of a shame. I think he's going to actually become a pretty decent player. His block shedding is already solid for a recruit. That's a bit of a shame. Justin McDaniel, we know we're getting. He's just, corner help. Probably not going to play for 2 years, maybe 3. Need the speed to get up there. Need the tackling to get up there. Skylar Kyle, just tight end help. I'm losing my top 2 tight ends. His speed is good. His catching is good. His run blocking is okay. He'll be a backup next season. Travis Shannon, just found him. Ohio guy. Can't run block at all. That's a 47 on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? He's got beat potential. Pretty much the only reason he's here. Jamari Stevenson goes to Miami. Yeah, the visit with them, they lost, but it was still enough as they got 200 points to get Stevenson. That's a shame. I think he's going to be... I think if this guy were a recruit, he'd be amazing. Only getting him for 2 years hurts a little bit, but tackling-wise, IQ-wise, he's already there. Just needs a touch of speed, touch of coverage ability. That's a really good get from Miami. All right, the big one. Ashton Morgan. Who does he sign with? He signs with Kent State. We get him by 28 points. The potential future of this program, a quarterback. Ashton Morgan, 3-star recruit, 61 overall, A potential. Wow. Okay. I mean, listen, he's going to redshirt. We need the accuracy. We need the IQ to improve. He might be more of a field general than a runner, which could hurt us a little bit, but he has A potential. You don't get a lot of opportunities to get a guy like that. It did cost us a pretty penny of $1.4 million to get his signature. But now the succession plan at QB is set. We have Vogel, who, depending on how things go with Giovanni, could be our starting quarterback next season. And we have Ashton Morgan as the future guy. We're set. We're good. Let me look really quick. So Ryan, we got 640. Decker, we got 640. 340 for those guys, and Guyton 340. Okay. Pretty good results, all things considered. That was a decent amount. We're now only down to 12 players on our list, and we're ahead on 6 of them. We just scout. Yeah, Bradley Preston, honestly, it looks like he'll be pretty good in a couple of years. All right, let's figure this out. So, Tanaka still needs a really good pitch just to make sure that Ohio doesn't do anything silly. Everyone else we're going to get. Okay, and now we need to figure out what I want to do about these 6. Reed, I don't think we're getting. Boiling Green has a visit. We're 780 behind. Same thing with Xavier Morgan. I don't think we're getting. So I think the priority needs to be these 4 in regards to any money or spending. Miles Ryan, I like a lot. The visit went pretty good. But, I mean, we're 670 behind, and he doesn't care about money. So at that point, I'll just give the best pitch I can and then pray, really. Chamberlain, we could honestly beat out Akron for him. I'm not going to offer him any money because he's not that. I mean, does he even want money? Like, if I offer him $100,000, that gets me $475. I'll do $200,000. And I mean, hold on. So running back. So next season, we're losing Baxter. We're losing Esteban. Isaiah Sims is redshirting, as is Flowers likely going to redshirt. Yeah, I mean, I'll pay him. At that point, if his potential goes up or he gets playing time, that's fine. I'll pay him $250,000. Whoops. No. Almost offered him way more money than I planned on. Brooks Weeks. I think with this one, we're just kind of going to run out of time, and him, I definitely don't want to offer any money to. So you guys can just get the best pitch I can give. Actually, am I going to end up with any D lineman? No, I'm not. Okay. Let me look at D lineman really quick. Would anyone like to come on down to good old Kent State? Ooh, Marlin. Hello. Get in the building. Wow. That might be the worst set of numbers I've ever seen. But for the heck of it, A minus potential, get in. That's kind of crazy. I mean, this is your classic break glass in case of emergency move right here. Like, in all honesty. All right. Okay. So, season finale against Buffalo. I don't think I think the only way we make the MAC championship game is if we win and Bowling Green lose. Because, whoops. Ohio, we have the tiebreaker against, I assume, because we beat them. So I think we have to win and Bowling Green have to lose. But speaking of which, Buffalo, how you doing? They are 6-5 on the season. Had a really bad spell in the middle. They lost to a ranked TCU team, but they're doing better as of late. Let's look at their numbers. Again, they have a really good third down conversion rate. Looks like they're good at rushing it. Pass game's also okay. Looks like they've also had injury issues at QB. Oh, wow. They played him through a major injury. Why would the AI do that? You know what? I'm not going to ask questions. So they have Chase Richardson at QB, looks like. And yeah, you can coincide their bad stretch with him getting injured. I mean, yeah, he's amazing. That's going to be tough. Okay. So we're going to work on stopping their run in case they have any designed run plays and our passing game. All right, so we assume we're not going to be in the MAC championship. A bowl game, however, lock, I am sure. Buffalo's favored by 1.5 points. Wow, they have 10 players visiting, including one Lawrence Duncan. And if we win, we could potentially pole vault ahead of Buffalo, but that might be a bit tricky. All right, here we go. Final game of the regular season. It's been heads 4 straight times, which means this is the time it turns tails. Wow, 5 for 5 heads today. That's impressive. Buffalo is elected to receive, so the end result is all the same. Send the house thunder smoke. Oh no, we're in trouble. Now I know what you're thinking. They're driving down with relative ease. And you're right. That thought is a correct one. I'm doing goal line. Good call. They only get 2 yards. They are stopped at the 1. And they have to kick a field goal. Okay. What do you mean Irving returns the kickoff 10 yards to the 8? What do you mean? Never mind. Well, no, I can. Well, that's... And Ramsey gets picked on the first play. All right, well, suddenly, what was a 3-point lead has ballooned up to 10. Not great. Let's try it again. There we go. Miles John, 56-yard pass. If at first you don't succeed, blast it with your blue eyes again. We get a touchdown. What now, Buffalo? As they just get 3 straight third downs. But hey, Jack Hilton got a sack. And it didn't matter. They converted on third down anyway. Fair enough, boys. Uh-oh. Here we go. Goal line stand. Nice. All right. Once again, our defense holds true at the end. So far, Ramsey has an amazing stat line. 1 of 2, 56 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. That's, that'll certainly do it. Play action. Didn't work. They crushed it. All right, we convert on third down. Thank you, Davion. See if we can get in the end zone here. Third and goal at the 1. Now, with Ty, I would run it in QB sneak, no question. But not with Giovanni. Carr gets in. Extra point is good. And we have the lead, despite feeling like Buffalo is blowing us out of the park right now. We force a punt. It is possible. Alert the press. Oh, the option went nowhere. Man. I really want that to be a factor of our offense, but I think with Giovanni it just can't be. Good stop by our defense again. Let's go up tempo. See if we can't... whoops. Short passes are nerfed, huh? Well, how about the inside cross? Good move. Ramsey getting sacked there, definitely not part of the plan. You'll be surprised to know. Yeah, no dice on 3rd and 6. Field goal is good. Oh, they had a really good kickoff return. No dice. All right. I mean, we're up by 4 at the half, and we start with the ball. Pretty good. Pretty good. Especially considering how that first quarter started. Jet sweep. It did not work, and then Ramsey gets sacked. Man. Ah, can we get a stop here? No. Why would I think otherwise? Was probably the question that went through your heads. Man, they convert on 3rd and 9 also. They're just killing us, man. Oh, where was the safety that I left back there? We'll never know. All right. We are down by 3 in need of a score. Going back to our running game a little bit here. Big run on 3rd and 4. Good job, Jeremiah. I say that and he immediately got stopped, but we're in the red zone. All is well in the world. Kylan Baxter. Touchdown. That'll do. Extra point is good. We're up by 4. All right. Now all we got to do is just keep them out of the end zone. Foreboding look at the camera. Ugh, they convert on 3rd and 10. The safety blitz does not work. We're down by 3 again. And a 3-and-out. Not good, kids. Not good at all. Yeah, I mean, if they get in the end zone, that's essentially game. Okay, 3rd and goal at the 6. We're going zone. Doesn't work. They do the curl at the perfect spot. And that does it, I think. Man. Our offense just... I mean, they completely lost it. We're going to need to score quick. Ramsey got sacked. Not a good time for that, my friend. Hey, and then Andreas Irving, 41-yard touchdown pass. They recover the onside kick, which is a shame. And they get the first down against the blitz. All right, that's that. Well, we dropped the last game of the season to Buffalo. That does mean we are mathematically eliminated from the MAC championship game, which is a shame. But yeah, I mean, I think that was a combination of, again, we had a terrible start, allowed a field goal, first play pick, they get a touchdown immediately. We're already in a 10-point hole. And after that, we score, but then Buffalo scores again. And from that point, at the end of the first quarter, up until 3 minutes left in the third quarter, Buffalo did not score. And we still weren't able to build enough of a lead. Yeah, but I mean, this is what killed us. After they got a touchdown, take a 3-point lead, we had Baxter's 0-yard run, incomplete pass, hunt. Then they drive down the field with ease and just get it. So that is a shame. Ramsey, 23-31, 325 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Baxter did okay, 5 yards a carry. Carr got a touchdown. Again, Miles Johnson had a good game. Irving had a good game, got a touchdown. Baxter, I believe, his first receiving touchdown of the season. So good on him. I mean, we also got sacked 5 times. I think we've been sacked like twice in a game. That was a previous high. To get sacked 5 is rough. All right, that's that. The end of the season as we drop the final game to Buffalo. disappointing. We do, however, get over the number of pass yards we need. So the donor goal was satisfied. Let me fact check myself. Yeah, we got over 205 passing yards. So good news is we got both our donor goals. But yeah, Bowling Green won anyway. So us winning or losing wouldn't have mattered. And then they face Central Michigan in the MAC championship. Before that, though, looks like we have recruiting news. Caden Reed going to Bowling Green. The visit obviously went well because they won. Mirza also goes to Missouri State. So that's only recruiting news. So none of the other guys committed, which is a bit annoying. I really don't want these recruitings to last into the transfer portal, please God. But it's looking like that's what's going to happen. Whoa! Michigan State had a visit with the kicker against ranked Penn State. They won and got 1,400 points. Well, okay. That was unexpected to say the least. Akron also offered money to Chamberlain. Man, none of these took good swings, huh? Wow, that's insane. Buffalo also, because they beat us, got an additional 200 points in their visits. That gave them 700. Yeah, so we're gonna get 500,000 back from Lawrence Duncan, which will bring our NIL total above 2 million, which I am therefore a little okay with offering a bit more money to Kearns. I don't really want to pay Chamberlain, but like, yeah, like that gets me 442, and I think they still beat us out, but we'll see. That is kind of disappointing because we had a chance to make the MAC championship game in our first season. I think that would have been that could have been something special, but alas. All right. So that brings us to the postseason. Here are your championship games: SEC, Georgia, Bama; Big Ten, USC, Ohio State; ACC, Notre Dame, Virginia Tech; Big 12, Kansas State, Baylor; Sun Belt, Louisiana and James Madison; American, Tulsa, USF; Mountain West, Utah State, Fresno State; Pac 10. In the save, the Pac 10 exists. Oregon against Utah, Conference USA, Liberty, and Middle Tennessee. And then the MAC, as discussed, Central Michigan against Bowling Green. That is disappointing. But also, poor Western Michigan went 9-3. They went 9-3, but because Central Michigan had the same conference record and beat Western Michigan, they get it. That's crazy. Okay. All right then. Good for them, I guess. We're just gonna advance the week and see if we do end up getting a bowl game, who it is against. Recruiting news: 2 guys commit. Brooks Weeks goes to Old Dominion. I'm honestly fine with that. Is what it is. Miles Ryan goes to Syracuse. Again, that was expected. They got a really good guy there. All right, so that brings my target list down to 10, of which I am ahead on 7. So I'm up to only 15 recruits that I'll get. In that case, really quick, let me just. This is position agnostic, I think. Corner. Let me look at corner. Let me look at safety and D line. Let me see if there's anyone with high potential that I may just want to try to grab at the 11th hour. Gavin Graham. Hello, my friend. Welcome. How behind am I? Decently. Okay. Come on down. Just trying to snipe a safety. Don't mind me. All right. So Michigan MSU is back to their target player. So I think me offering a bit more money was a bit premature. But that is what it is, I suppose. And if we don't get Chamberlain, that's an additional 350,000. Hmm. All right. Is there anyone I'm losing to that I want to offer money? Chamberlain, as discussed, not really. Xavier Morgan, I don't think it's worth it. Like, I mean, if I offered him 200,000, that gets me 561, and I'm still 100,000 away. Screw it, I'll offer 200,000. Graham, obviously no. All right, let's advance through the bye week to the awards week. Obviously, we have no one near contention for anything national, but in the MAC, could have some names. Here's your playoff bracket. Bama the 1, OSU 2, Baylor 3, Virginia Tech 4. First round of the playoffs are here below. We are in a bowl. We are in the Fenway Bowl at, I assume, Fenway Park in Boston against Marsh Thundering Herd. All right. Let's see. Any other MAC schools get a game? Western Michigan against Iowa in the Military Bowl, I see. Buffalo gets New Mexico in the New Mexico Bowl. Aye. That's what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Collusion. Central Michigan gets Coastal Carolina in the 68 Ventures Bowl. Toledo gets Wake Forest in a Detroit Bowl. Okay. Some MAC representation. We didn't get any awards. Is that the Oh no, we get told awards next week, I guess. Okay. All right, we did have 2 recruits commit. Edgar Guyton, come on down. I could put him at safety. I might put him at corner. TBD, really. Lawrence Duncan. Yeah, it goes to Buffalo. Bit of a shame. I think he's going to be a pretty decent wide receiver, but I mean, they offered a bit more money. I think if I went in, they had a better visit, which is a shame. All right. That brings us down to 9 target players. Kearns might commit soon. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So that I can stop just being worried that MSU is going to snipe me on them. Get some pitches going. All right, same idea. Now I need D-line and corner, please. 1-star JUCO guy. Let's go. Ooh. Owen DePaz. His speed is an 80, which is pretty good. I'll target him. I'll offer him. Mainly for the speed. But yeah, I think I'm behind on him anyway, but we'll see what that race looks like. Okay. Let us advance the bye. All right, award ceremony. Yeah, just give me the full results. No Kent State players. Coach of the year. Who could it be? In the MAC. Shout out to us. Also, shout out Dale Cooper. Rest in peace, David Lynch, as we make MAC Coach of the Year in our first year with Kent State. Very impressive, going 8-4. That'll do. That'll do. All right, let's look at the MAC here. So we got Coach of the Year. First team MAC, Miles Johns makes it. 53 receptions, 830 yards, 7 touchdowns. No one else on first team. Second team, Kylan Baxter makes it. 195 carries, just over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 fumbles, 1 receiving touchdown as well. At O-line, I think it's Alfredo. Yeah, Alfredo Mullen makes it. 26 pancakes, 3 sacks allowed. At kicker, Matt Welsh, 18 of 19 on field goal. The only field goal he missed was that like 22-yarder, which is crazy. And then missed 1 extra point as well. Defensively, Aaron Rainey makes it the corner, 23 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, a sack, a forced fumble, and a pick. And then Nakamura makes it as punter for 43 yards, a punt. Congrats to the men. Then also, yeah, I'm just quadruple checking that no one made the All-American or All-Freshman lists. I highly doubt they would have. No, okay. Pretty impressive, to be fair, the freshman. All right. Well, that's award season come and gone. All right, we had one commit, Uriel Celestine, get in the building. I mean, really good. He wants to win, which could be a problem, but whatever. 68 overall, A minus potential. Depending on what his catching looks like after the first development hit, I might redshirt him. I might play him. Jury's kind of still out on that. We'll see. Points ahead. Where am I at with Owen? Owen, I am 240 behind. And let me get a full scout here. I mean, he's not great. Gavin Graham, though, I would like on my team, please. Hacker needs to go away. All right. All right, now let me just look at D-line. Just to make sure there's no one ooh. Sure, why not? I'll fall on the proverbial sword and I'll offer the 1-star guy, why not? Why not? Alright, then I'll just give these guys pitches. At everyone? Cool. Okay, so we have a bowl game against Marshall of the Sun Belt. They went 8-4 this season. They beat ranked James Madison, only lost to number 5 Michigan by 10 points. Credit to them for that. Looks like they did a really good offense. Yeah, they were 4th in the country in points per game, 12th in yards per game. Their defense was a little bit shaky. Looks like against the rush and against the defense wasn't great. Really good opposing third down percentage though. What's ours? That's a question. What's our opposing third down percentage? 41, yes, 70th. That tracks with the eye test and where that's been. That tracks. All right. So looks like a pretty good Marshall team here. Their quarterback looks like a Samuel Arias. Bit of a minor injury. He's got a cannon of an arm. Very impressive. Okay. We are going to try to work on our passing and stopping their passing. That is my plan. They're 19th in the country in pass yards per game. Craziness. All right. Here's a question. Does Ramsey... Yeah, he's still complaining about passes. I wonder if the cutoff is 30%. We'll see. All right. Bowl game against Marshall in Fenway Park. Shout out to the Red Sox. I don't think I can say that. As a Detroit Tigers fan, I can't even say it. Marshall is favored by 4.5 points. Yeah, I think it's going to come down to can our offense keep up with their offense. I think that's going to be about where we end up. Marshall calls heads. It has been heads 5 out of 5 times today. Make that 6 out of 6. Perennial run for heads on the coin flip. 6 of 6. Did the developers tweak the probability? Put that in the forums. Yeah, first play Thunder Smoke Blitz. Sometimes it works, sometimes it backfires. That time it backfired. Hey, Rowan Seals with the sack. And they do a wide receiver quick end around for a touchdown on the next play. Cool. That's okay. Okay, Andres Irving. He can't. He can. No. 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 Miles, congrats. You're back from purgatory. The 15-yard return. What are we doing here? Well, good news is we have found out what kind of game this will be early. Miles John's 36-yarder. We're so back. Oh yeah, this is going to be a fun little shootout here. As Cody Lopez gets in the end zone with the pass from Ramsey, 7-0. Yeah, that's right. Ooh, 3rd and 3. Send the blitz. There we go. Marshall punts, and Ramsey's immediately sacked. That happens. 7-yard gain, though, ain't bad. 3rd and 9. The curls works. Giovanni Ramsey, he's a pretty good passer here. Esteban with the first down run. Or touchdown run, rather, excuse me. And we're up by 7 now. 3rd and 9, too high safety. There we go. They ran it on 3rd and 9 and went backwards. Fair enough. And then we ran backwards. There we go. That end around got 10 yards. Is it my birthday? The end arounds never work. Oh, hey, Ramsey got sacked again. Big completion there. Hunter Crane, 40-yard reception. Kylan Baxter finds the end zone. And then they return the kick 54 yards. This game is madness. Never a dull moment. They convert on 3rd and 10. And they do a curl combo when I blitz. All right, 7-point game now. And then Miles John, 75-yard touchdown reception. Scenes in Boston. What is this game? And then a 75-yard pass touchdown. What is happening? This is the greatest game in the history of football. The log. Let's all take a moment to just appreciate this log. Look at that. In the span of 6 minutes, there were 4 touchdowns. That is insanity. All right, let's all calm it down now. Let's run the ball a bit. Let's calm it down. Let's all chill. Never mind, Cody Lopez, 45-yard pass reception. This is a shootout. I really said that the only way we win is if our offense can keep up with theirs. And our offense is literally keeping up with theirs, pound for pound, strike for strike. Look at us. That said, our defense is falling apart at the seams. It's fine. You want to do a cornerback blitz? Not really. There we go. They ran it on 3rd and 7, and they have to settle for a field goal. I'm just going to run the ball out. I've had enough craziness for one half. And we have the ball. And Miles John's. What is Miles John's stat line? 4 receptions, 176 yards, and a touchdown. Ramsey is 13 of 13, 339 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He is putting on quite the audition to be our starting quarterback next season. Baxter gets us the yardage. Esteban gets us in the end zone. Extra point is good. We are up by 18. Man, and they score immediately. How quick was that drive? 2:29. We scored in 2:20. Craziness. 3rd and 7. The first incompletion of the day. And they return the punt for a touchdown. What is this game? I hope those of you in the sports betting community bet money on the over. Wowzers. There's still a quarter and a half left. How is that even possible? Is this the greatest game ever played as we convert on 3rd and 12? Send the end around. I don't care. It gets 10 yards. Scenes. I'll run it. I was really hoping for more than 1 yard there, but I'll take the field goal. And then Rodrigo James with the interception of Samuel Reyes. That'll do. The redshirt junior's second interception of the year. Good man. Good man. All right, fourth quarter begins. 13-yard. Our offense can't be stopped right now. Baxter gets in the end zone. We're up by 14 again. Can our defense get a stop? No, they just did a 57-yard end around. This is such a cursed game. Shout out to Rodney Keller for the sack. We hold him to a field goal. Is that the death nail? No, because I just ran it 3 times without thinking, but it's fine. Oh, and they have a really good punt return, too. Man. All right. The safety blitz on 2nd and 6 backfires. 3-point lead now. All right, we have a chance to just burn the clock out. That said, we get the first down. Davion Dunlap, 22-yard reception. Let's go. All right, they burn their first timeout. We don't convert. Punt. Okay. 3-point game. Marshall has not good field position, and they're already out of timeouts because they just ran the ball. Here we go. 3rd and 12, I'm going too high safety. And they get it. That's a shame. Zone blitz, good call. 3rd and 5. They don't get it. 4th and 5, bring the safety down. 5-yard pass. Line judge, can I get a second opinion? 3rd and 10. And Aaron Rainey with the interception. That is ball game. We defeat Marshall 52-49. Almost, actually, 1,100 yards of combined offense. 13 plays of 20-plus yards. 7 plays of 40-plus yards. We averaged 20 yards a pass. They averaged 10. What in the world was that game? They had 19 minutes of possession and put up 49 points. What in the world is this game? The log alone should be put in a museum. Touchdown, touchdown, punt, touchdown, 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 field goal, end of half. Touchdown, touchdown, punt return for a touchdown, field goal, pick. From not counting the end of half, like 1-play drive, from the beginning of the second quarter all the way to the 4th quarter, every drive ended in a score. That was insane. That was craziness. And we almost blew it at the end because we scored a touchdown to go up by 14, field goal, and then we punt, 3 plays, 7 yards. They get a quick touchdown. We have to punt again. Interception to seal it, though. Special shout out, Giovanni Ramsey, 17-21, 409 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, should he be our quarterback next season? Like, he might. He might, based on his performances. Baxter, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Esteban, 2 touchdowns. The end arounds worked. Miles Johns, 190 yards, touchdown. Lopez, 2 touchdowns. Defensively, 3 sacks. That'll do. Welsh was perfect on his one field goal, 7 extra points. And hey, we won. We won our first ever bowl game and our first appearance. That'll do. That'll do. And 3 players got injured, including Giovanni Rams. All right, fair enough game. It's Braden Carlisle, Giovanni Ramsey, and John Cochran all go down. All right, let me look and see the 2 players that recruited. Xavier Morgan. Yeah, he goes to Bowling Green. Congrats. That's 200,000 we get back. Gavin Graham, though, we get, and he's a really good safety prospect. He wants to be a star. I mean, he'll play next year if he develops, even decently well. All right, 8 recruits left. We're ahead on 5 of them. Yeah, Simon Leopard ain't great, but you know what? Might as well try. But it looks like we're gonna get, hopefully everyone else. Chamberlain remains elusive. Not that word. I'm not gonna bother with scouting other players. I'm just gonna do that. All right, let's go through the rest of the bowls here. And the rest of the commits. 2 commits. Rylan Decker signs. We get a wide receiver that, he's not going to play much next year. His catching, route running, evasion are already pretty good, but his speed just needs to improve. Carlos Kearns, kicker of the future, secured from Ohio. He'll start next season. No issue. None. What that does mean, though, is I think I am going to release. Well, what's Nakamura? 78.87. What's Kearns? 81.78. Never mind. I think because we're gonna lose Welch, I think I'm gonna release Kai Gamble to honestly free up a scholarship spot more than anything else. All right, how are we looking? Oh yeah. All right, we're ahead on gold now. Now I'm just trying to catch them for Owen. And then Chamberlain over here. Do I feel like offering more money? Not really. I think honestly, me losing him, I'm okay with that. I'll let the others fight it out. Ohio has completely taken their foot off the gas on Tanaka. Makes my decision to give him 850,000 a bit silly, but that is what it is. All right, National Championship Week, USC and Bama in the National Championship game. Here are your results. The playoff. Really, only 2 big surprises. Was USC's just run. They beat Ohio State by 1, then they destroyed Baylor by 17. Bama wins their couple games and they're in. Good for them. Anyone else commit? Chamberlain, yeah, goes to Akron. Good for him. I hope he plays, but that's not going to be one where I'm like, he'll be the one that got away. Realistically, that's not going to happen. I kind of want, selfishly, Owen to pass. I'll give him $100,000 just for some extra points there. Akron's still pushing hard on Marlon Gold, so I need to keep my eye on that. It looks like Tanaka's going to commit soon, but these 4 will probably not commit until the transfer portal, which is, let's be frank, a bit annoying. All right, year summary. We went 9-4. We greatly exceeded the athletic director's expectations of 4 wins. We also won a bowl game, which was great. We did that despite having the 95th ranked offense and the 117th ranked defense based on talent alone. Extremely safe job status. Our fan base increase went up 2 levels, went up to a D plus. There are no minuses in the levels. Coach integrity went up by 5 because I had no promises to make. I mean, overall, pretty good year, all things considered. I think if you look at how our team performed, I think two things stand out. One, we were just very dominant offensively, 30 points per game, 432 yards per game. And we were the best team in the country in time of possession. That's why you get an opposing time possession that's so low, opposing plays so low, opposing drives so low, etc. You create that by taking your time on offense. Weaknesses, without question, our passing defense. I mean, we were 124th in the country in opposing yards per game, 135 in opposing pass yards per attempt. There are 136 schools in the database. We were 135. That pretty much sums it up there. Defensive or turnover wise, 17 turnovers, 16 turnovers on defense. We only got 18 sacks. That needs to improve. But our pass game, I mean, we were just a sieve. So that really needs to get better. But overall, I mean, I'm really happy with how this year went, especially on offense. I mean, credit to Ty Hawkins. I think he did pretty well offensively. I would like the completion percentage to be a touch higher since we didn't ask him to throw the ball all that much, with the exception of the Western Michigan game and the Bowling Green games where he had to sling it, 40 plus times almost. Didn't ask him to throw that much. Him getting injured at the end, kind of hurts. I think he was putting together a pretty decent season. We do have a legitimate question though about Giovanni Ramsey. Up until where he had to start, I was like, I don't want to bring him back. What's the point? But then he put together a great performance against Akron, great performance against Buffalo, and I mean, build a statue performance against Marshall. So if we're looking for a 1 year, quarterback stopgap option, Giovanni Ramsey might be it. At the moment, he does want to transfer, so I'm likely going to have to offer him the starting role next season, which, he'll get. I mean, Hawkins is graduating. Newell isn't close to being ready, and it would take Seth Vogel having the greatest development hit ever to be there. So I think right now I'm in the camp of keep Ramsey, red shirt both Vogel and Morgan to give them an additional year, see what we got with Ramsey, and then go from there. Running game, I mean, Baxter, second team, all MAC, almost 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, only fumbled twice. Esteban, almost 600 yards, 3 touchdowns, never fumbled. Credit to him. Jeremiah Carr wasn't as good as the other two, but he got 10 touchdowns, 2 fumbles. Fleming, also our depth guy, got 2 touchdowns, so credit to him. We will need to bring in at least 1, maybe 2 transfers for our running back issues. I think Isaiah Sims is going to be fighting for that 3rd running back spot next season. We'll see how that works out. Wide receivers, I mean, we're in the pistol offense, so we're not throwing it that much. But Miles John's got 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Henry, 300 yards, 1 touchdown. Again, he was hurt. Hunter Crane, 4 touchdowns, 500 yards, 2 touchdowns. The touchdowns were spread around a lot, but we are losing 4 wide receivers. So we're going to need to replace a lot of that. Tight ends, nothing really too crazy. Cody Lopez, 326, 2 touchdowns. Davion, 398, 1 touchdown. Not much doing there. Offensive line, everyone did good. The 2 players I spotted when I did like my midseason thing, Tyler Walton, 13 pancakes, 5 sacks. That's not a great ratio. And then Mitchell Hendricks did really well, though, 11 pancakes and no sacks. Welsh was nearly perfect kicking. No complaints. D-line, I think special shout out to 3 players. Firstly, Jay Pierce, 51 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Then Rowan Shields all the way down here, 40 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 9 pressures. Then I also liked what I got from Malachi Calhoun, 5 tackles for loss, 11 pressures. Hilton had a forced fumble. Pretty good. Pretty good. Linebacker, not great for our linebacking core. It was our worst position group on the team. Isaiah Reynolds, I think, did okay. 8 tackles for loss, couple sacks, couple forced fumble recoveries. Devin Stewart got a pick, couple sacks from the other guys, but this is the position that needs to be upgraded, especially from a coverage standpoint, if we have any hope of improving our defense next season. Cornerback room, again, not great. Handful of picks between them. Not a lot of passes defended outside of Brookins with 8 and, Rainey 6, Patton 5. Wasn't ideal. We do have a lot of guys redshirting, which is good. And so we'll be able to compensate from losing Rainey and helping that group out. Safety was a bit hit or miss. We had a couple injuries in there. Ogden only played 9 games. Marlon only played 8. Abrams does get his red shirt. He only appeared in 4 games, which is good. So this whole room, I could lose every player on this list outside of Preston Vaughn and be okay. But yeah, nothing anything too crazy there. A couple forced fumbles though, can't complain. All right, last things last, and then I will wrap it up here. We have 6 upgrades. I'm going to add 3 in recruiting, 3 in offense, and 1 in defense. We get 3 skill badges here. What do I want here? QB Whisperer. QBs get 2 arm strength and 2 accuracy. I like that. And then O-line get +2 run blocking. That's big, especially for our offense. And then I'll get Protect the Rock. Players get +10 ball security. I think that'll help our offense out quite a bit. That'll do. Offensive coordinator Oscar Stahl gets 2 points. I'm going to put them both into training. And he gets 1 new badge. What do I want? I could get the +10 ball security because I think these do stack. But I'm going to get the cerebral skill players to get everyone ball carrier vision boosts and get the QB's IQ boost. All right, Hayden Medrano, defensive coordinator, who I don't think I'm going to fire, but I'm not debating it. 7% increase to D-line development in the offseason, I like. Army of Scouts, I'll take that, just to get 2 extra scouts. I'll take that. Because then if I do get rid of Hayden after next year, I still get a decent benefit from that. All right, coaching carousel. So let's see here. I'm not going to negotiate any of the contracts. And I'm obviously staying at Kent State. Let's be clear here. The only job that would be interested in me, I guess, is Texas State. I'm obviously staying at Kent State under my current contract. Oscar Stahl is staying. And Hayden Medrano is staying. So the whole coaching staff returns, which is pretty good. I'm going to stay in a 4-3. I'm going to stay an aggressive man. Though I do think just play calling during the sim, I need to call, I think, less blitzes more often than not. Looks like not that many coaching changes in the MAC. No new head coaches in the MAC. It's all coordinator changes. So every head coach is returning, which is pretty big. So let's advance the week. All right, I am going to stop the stream here. And then start of next stream, I will go through all the players leaving for draft purposes and all the players transferring out. We'll go through the whole transfer portal, spring and summer months, and that should do it there. Thank you all for watching. It was a pretty good end of the season, I'd say, despite the disappointing losses to Bowling Green and Buffalo. But you know, you're gonna lose a couple games in the MAC. We got our bowl win, which is pretty good. I mean, 9 wins in year one at Kent State. You'll take that. So thank you all for watching. Next stream will be sometime early next week. I'll get this stream and then episode 2 uploaded to YouTube in the meantime. But thank you all, and here's hoping that next year goes even better than this one.